Good morning, beautiful people. Happy Saturday. How y'all doing? Now listen, my name is Cheryl. Most of y'all know that. And as you can see in the caption, I'm worried about y'all. Literally. Now, I'm worried about the blacks. And I'm worried about the Christians. So this morning I got up really early, like 4:30. And I lay here at first and I get me some water. I have the water on my nightstand, so I drink water before I go to bed, and I drink water before I sit up in the morning. And then I'll get up and use the bathroom. And then I'll come back, meditate for a while. But this morning, meditation lasted for a long time as I thought about the blacks. Had a conversation yesterday with my son. And we were talking about Washington. We were talking about the president. We were talking about the black men. And blacks in general. Because the way that I see it, you have the Christian blacks, and then you have the non-Christian blacks. And in my mind, both groups are in trouble. Both. I'm going to start off with the Christian blacks at first. And y'all, I'm speaking as honestly and transparent as I can, which is a valuable thing, right? You guys know me. You know that I'm authentic. I'm bold. I speak my mind. All right. And for whatever that's worth to you, because a lot of times you can't really get people, even the people that you know in your personal life and in your private life, you can't even sometimes get a relative to speak the truth to you, or not even a best friend. So you can consider me today as your best friend and your relative. Now, when it comes to the Christian blacks, I'm scared for the church. I'm worried that, excuse me, y'all. Hold on one second. I'm worried that they are in a brain fog of some sort. That they are using their faith to stay in an illusion or delusion about the current situation of our country. I'm worried that the pastors are preaching like they always did and are not talking about what's going on in the world. I'm worried that the leadership is choosing to coddle the people and to keep them asleep while they get on the phone and talk to their other pastor friends about what's going on. I'm worried that the leadership don't have confidence in the parishioners and understand that these people are, they can be taught, they can think outside of the box, and they kind of know what's going on. But when you go to church and your pastor conducts service like he always did or she always did, they're still doing things and preaching things and saying and teaching things like they always did, but everything is different. Nothing is the same. I'm worried about the church. I went over and I did some research on the Heritage Foundation. And I might be introducing some of y'all to the Heritage Foundation, and some of y'all have heard about it, but you didn't feel the need to take a deep dive into who they are. So when I went over to YouTube and typed in the Heritage Foundation, went into those white spaces that black people don't generally go into. If you want to know what the enemy, what is it, man? If you want to know what the enemy is thinking, then you go into his camp. So I went in. And I learned about their agenda. So they started this agenda back in 1973, 72. So I was about 2 to 3 years old myself, because I'm 55 now. And all these years, they have been working on their conservative agenda. And what they really want to do is take us back to 1950 and how the world was back then. And they went to D.C., and this is what the man said, because the founder is no longer alive. But it's the next guy that's in charge. I forgot his name, but you know, you can go do your research. But basically what they're saying is everything that has happened since 1973, they want to erase and take us back to 1950. Not only do they want to, they're doing that. He also talked about Ronald Reagan, and he was a really big part of it. And now we know that our president is really, really fond of Ronald Reagan. And now he said back then in the 70s, their agenda was to go to D.C., to go to Washington, to become part of the political world and to change the policy, to get themselves in the Senate, in the Congress, the House of Representatives, and they did that. And they are there. They've been there for a long time, meeting privately, discussing what they want to do and what need to happen to America. Me and a client of mine talked last night. She's a very wonderful, smart lady, black woman, professional. She and I were talking. She said, Cheryl, she said, we took our hand off the wheel while they were organizing the whole time. And it's ironic that she said that, because on my YouTube, where I talk freely and honestly and transparently about what I think and what I observe and what I learn, I talked about, I didn't say this to her last night, but I'm saying this to y'all this morning, and she'll probably look at this live because she talked to me about the one that I did about Pastor Wooten. But what I've noticed is educated blacks, and the reason why I'm referring to educated blacks, because they will be the ones that were in the institutions learning about history and knowing about what's going on in the world on a deeper level, while regular blacks were surviving. So the educated blacks from the mid-70s up until now, the ones with doctorates and the professors and, you know, the smart ones, didn't feel the need to organize and to make sure that our history wasn't repeated. The only thing that we had since that time was church. And that's why I say that the black church they worry me. Because they've not done a good job in organizing and understand that we have a present day enemy that's not going anywhere, that they are not asleep, that they are diligent, that they are meeting, that they are talking, that they are organizing, that they are indoctrinated, and the indoctrination is deep. It's all the way to the bone, and they're not going to change their mind. We're talking about evangelicals. We're talking about white nationalists. Okay? They're one and the same. Even though they played church with the black church, they were never with the black church. The black church is silent. The black church is in a slumber. And the black church, this is the part that I'm worried about, are choosing to continually keep the parishioners in a slumber while preaching like everything is all right, and it's not. Everything is not okay. Everything is not all right. The Heritage Foundation, in their agenda, is well on the way. That's what birthed Project 2025. Okay? And the Heritage Foundation says that it's not complete yet, but Donald Trump has done a wonderful job. There's more that they want to do. There's more freedoms that they want to take away. They want to take us back to 1950. So what I'm saying about the black church is that if you are, since the leaders are deciding not to speak the truth, not to speak the status quo, not to be courageous, not to be bold, and they're choosing not to read the room and understand what is going on right now, then I'm going to speak to the parishioners that go to the black churches. You guys have got to save yourself because nobody's coming to save you. The preachers are preaching like they always did because there are several reasons why. Because we are creatures of habit. It's hard to change. This is their life. This is what they do. That's one reason. Second reason is there is money on the table. It's a livelihood. It's business. That's the second reason. And thirdly is because they might not want to believe that what they see is happening. So for the parishioners, you guys have got to, you've got to wake up. Okay? Nothing, our world is not the same. It's not the same. Everything has changed. And you've got to govern yourselves accordingly. Now, the black man, the black men, our sons, our husbands, our cousins, our uncles, our barbers, our pastors are supporting this president. Now, I don't think they understand about the Heritage Foundation. I don't think they understand about the conservatives. I don't think they understand about these people are all one and the same. And that the white nationalists, they have an agenda. And our president is down with it. I don't think they understand the history. As I talked to my son yesterday, he's 27. And I've talked to other black women and some of my coworkers on both jobs about the fondness for our president. Black men resonate with our president. I don't know if it's narcissism. That's what I think it is. It's narcissism. It's the ruthlessness. It's the I don't care about the law. I don't care about rules and regulations. I'll do what I want to do. But I don't think our black men understand that person, the Heritage Foundation and all of that, don't like them. And they have plans for black people. And I would think black men, I want to tell y'all something. There are massive prisons that are being built all over our country and even in some other countries. And we're funding those prisons. Nobody intends to build mass prisons without having people in mind to put in prisons. As we can see now, these people have a plan. I need y'all to wake up. It will be a sad thing to sit and watch your enemy plan your demise and you not realizing that the very trap he builds is for you. And for us mothers, aunties, grandmothers, we got to speak to our children, our nephews, our cousins, our dads, our fathers, and let them know your narcissism might resonate with that man, but he is not your friend. And if he's going to ensnare anybody, it's going to be you. And while we watch our immigrant friends go through what they're going through, I'm sure that part of their agenda is for you. Now, I want y'all to govern yourselves accordingly. I've just given you this morning a gift of honesty, a gift of transparency, a gift of boldness, a gift of courage that most people don't have. Y'all preachers, if you say you speak for God, that's what you say. Then speak for God. See y'all the next time.